Alright. I have no way to actually know I'm live yet. I'm just hoping I am. Yeah, so anyway, it's been a while. Haven't been live in a few months, even though I planned on streaming a lot more this year. So hopefully this is the start of me being kind of more consistent with it. And I hope the quality and everything is good as well. Yeah, so if you read the title, you'll see that I'm starting a new job at Google soon. So I want to learn Go, because I've used it before, but nothing major, just like school, class assignments and stuff. So now I'm just trying to build a small project just to get used to it and all that. So we'll see how that goes. I already started it a few days ago, but I'm just gonna continue it on here. Yeah, we just get right into it. I just want to make sure the quality and everything is fine. I'm just watching my own stream as you do. Audio seems good. And it doesn't seem like it's lagging. I'm going to try and move around and just check the bitrate and see if it's okay. Yeah, okay, that seems alright too. Okay, that's perfect. Anyway, yeah, so let's get started. So what I want to do now, I guess what I can do is, let me create a document. Yeah, so let's just touch doc / I want to, today's the 5th of March, so let's say stream plan 0503 2026.mp, and we're just gonna open that file up. Stream plan. So what I'm planning to do today is, like, we already have like concrete implementations for the repo methods, and the service methods are done. So what I'm trying to do is actually just put them into some sort of file where I can use them all. So I guess what I need to do is actually use the service methods. So handle the routes, so some sort of controller. And then beyond that, beyond the actual like routing and everything else, what needs to come is I need to beyond routing, what I need to do is, I guess, test and see if that's working. Then there's gonna be small stuff in between that I'll figure out as I go, but no pun intended. But yeah, I think that should be good. The only thing I need to know is I already have my handler, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna use these here, because this, what the service does is it's gonna take these functions, the shorten and resolve, that I've built already, and these were just kind of private functions that I was going to use to handle these. So what I want to do now is, I guess, let me just move this here somewhere so you guys can see the plan. Okay. And then if at any point I need like a chat window or something, I can, let me just see if I pop it out as something else. How do I do that again? Is that it? Yeah, okay, perfect. So then if I want to kind of split the chat. Alright, so yeah, stream time's here. We have our chat. Right, so don't eat this, don't eat this. Right now, don't eat this. Handler. Create the URL service. We already have it created, right? So wait, let's see. I know, like moving from like something like this to something like Go to Java, or something like Java to Go. The only thing I'm trying to think of now is how the actual controllers are built. So let's take a look. So imagine I have a handler. For some reason I can't see my chat. It's very annoying. Wait, can I like pop out the chat? That would be huge. There we go. I mean, it's not like anyone's actually chatting here right now, but it's good to know that I can. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we have a handler service already implemented. Right, so in our repository, we've got a save found by URL. That's fine. That makes sense. But wait, this doesn't make sense to me here. The handle shorten function, I know what I want to do like within the function is basically just call the service's shorten function. And then, you know, based on whether it was successful or not, we'd have a HTTP response, but I just want to know the actual structure. I'll use Sonnet 4, it doesn't really matter. I say, given the two handle functions here, actually, don't write the code for me. Can you show me an example snippet how functions like this normally written in Go? And service that can make this possible. I didn't want it to write the code. Okay, so it's not the actual code, which is good, I guess. I mean, I'll just write it my own way still. Still really annoying, I can't see my chat. For whatever reason. Okay, doesn't matter. So this is written like this. This is an example. I just want to read through this. Missing service functions. Don't need this. Don't need this. Okay, so current service implementation looks good for the base functionality. The main things you need to implement handlers are encoding, decoding, status handling, missing models. I mean, the answer should be yes. Without models, the cage work string types models become useful, which you have now. When you need more data timestamps, click tracking. Yeah, okay, so I can leave models out for now, like I was planning on. Just want to try and make sense of this. Alright, so considering the fact that I need only these two, don't really need any models or anything, I think I can just start writing the function, and I should be good. So I'm just gonna bring my monitor a bit closer so everything is centered. this. Alright, so I'm gonna handle a shorten method validation. So we're saying if our method is not equal to HTTP dot so we're basically gonna write the error to our writer. Say method out. So it takes an error and a code. So then we're passing in HTTP dot status method not allowed. So that's like a forbidden, right? And then return, because we don't want to actually continue execution of everything else. So then beyond here, so if we don't hit this case where it's the correct method that we're trying to use, we're actually trying to use a post. I wonder if I have, wait, can I, yeah, okay. JSON is just a built-in method, luckily. So this is our request that we want to make, right? So request body, form data. So our request is going to be we want to shorten the URL, so we're passing in the request body is going to be our URL. So right now that's all we have. Is okay, that's a URL. And we're going to say, so use an error, so create a new decoder, so our response body, our request body even. So if we try to decode the URL, so yeah, a reference of our URL, and it gives us an error, then we just want to pass in the actual error that we get, being invalid JSON, and we get HTTP dot status bad request. When we return. So now, so what are we doing now? So just so yeah, now we just call our service that we actually created. So within the service, basically we want to call our shorten method that we created here. Okay, so I think it would be smart to do it like this. Or better yet, yeah, okay. So that after this, what to do is basically we're going to be like our short code and error, because that's what this returns if it's going to be equal to svc dot shorten, right? Our service. Our URL handler, so h dot service dot shorten. So direct.url. And if that's null, we can just be like, and say if our, yeah, so if we get an error, we can just, again, return the error. This would just be bad request, I'm assuming, or something similar to that. Yeah. Wait, no, wait, it's not the right one, right? Yeah, still anyway, bad request. Status bad request, and then return. And declare to not use. You haven't used shortcode yet. It's fine. Now we can build our response. So we can say our writer header sets content type. We want it to be what? JSON, yeah, that's gotta use my brain a bit. So it's gonna be JSON. So JSON.new encoder. We're gonna write directly to that. So encode. Yeah, so there's gonna be a map string here. String. But do I pass anything in here? So we're building it this way. So shorts code is going to be our shortcode variable. Yeah, that works better. Encode. And this should be closed off. Like that. So then shorts URL should be http / localhost 8080 and then short code, right? I'm not really sure how encoding works on Go as well, but I think this should be right. Alright, okay. I thought it was going to be similar to like Python or something. But yeah, but this makes more sense. It's more like Java. And then since that's closed off, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I guess, yeah, this isn't really difficult, it's just new. In a way, it's not like hard or anything. And then the resolve method here, all it really does is check if we have a code. Right, so is that what we need to redirect? Like, yeah, so if we have the URL, then we just go to the actual URL, because it's a everything's being stored in maps of codes to URLs, so yeah, okay, we should be fine. Extract path parameter, so code is equal to strings dot trim prefix or the URL path. And then just leave that behind. Wait, I want to see an example of how that works actually. So you go compiler. So if I import strings and fmt strings fmt, so I can just print out strings dot trim prefix string cool. So trim prefix. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I thought it would do. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so if we're at the very base, so if we just have an empty string, so like let's say if we have this is our only string, trim prefix is going to turn it into this. So we'd say if code is equal to this empty string, then we just return an error. Short code required, and status request return. So then original URL error equal to h.service.result. Code string would be code if error is not equal to nil. Return http dot error w. Right? Not found, or and then we just have a for status or http dot status not found. And then we return. Okay. Yeah, lovely. And then we redirect to the original URL. So easily just say http dot redirect to WR original URL and http dot status redirect permanent, right? Or status moved, status moved. Yeah, 301. So the plan was to use the service methods. We've done that in the router, handle the routes. So I've implemented the routes, the handler methods. Is it possible to test it how it is now? Or do something? Let me just make sure I'm ahead of the game. Very close with me, Noko needs to be updated. Yeah, okay. Only winds up the ping handler, it doesn't create the repository, create the service, create the URL, and okay, yeah, that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll commit what we've done so far. You could say add we created or added service methods to handler, handled routing, JSON request, parsing, response, push. Okay, so we need the repository as well. Yo, what's up, Sammy? Or sorry, I don't know how to say your name. But yeah, that's the goal. Basically, just want to get good at Go before I start using it at work. Because, you know, I feel like as soon as I get comfortable writing Go code, it should be fine. It's just, I'd rather know what I'm doing before I get started. So I can, you know, have impact on the teams before I get there. Alright, so I'm just gonna clear this. clear. So outside of this is where I'm going to declare all these methods, right? Alright. So the repo is going to be, right? Or am I completely wrong? It's going to be repository. Repository.new. This might honestly be smarter. Let me see. Chat box. Where is that at? Delay. Always show. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. Basically that, yeah. Anybody, like, if they're not already using it on the team, I'm assuming they will be. But yeah, I want to be, like, good enough to the point where, like, you know, they won't have to be holding my hand and being like, oh, don't worry, you can learn as you go. You know, I want to actually do, like, the difficult tasks as soon as I get there, or as quick as I can, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be like, oh, you know, me spending like 6 months learning when I could be building cool stuff. So, expected declaration, found repo. So I just put this in, let's see, create observe. Chain go in the so okay, that's where I got it wrong. Okay, it's perfect. Okay. What else is next? Okay, so service will be equal to service dot new URL service using repo and handler close to or handler dot new URL handler using service. And then I wire them up. Okay, so then it'd be like just do that handle not sure now. So wiring that up to so now what I can do is test before moving anywhere. So if I just go run cmd/server/main.go, and then I'll take this. Just crash straight away. Didn't give me a reason as well. Right, oh yeah. There's no port for it to listen on, okay? That's important, that's important. No pun intended, again. So, wiring, handler, methods, and setting up ports to listen on. Let's not serve, so we say air equals to listen serve, because it takes a string but also gives an error, returns an error. Okay, so we take in our string, which will be our ports 8080, and no. We say if error is not nil, can server failed. Otherwise, we can just, move on. The server will keep running. Okay, so we should be good now. Lovely. So now that we're running, if I was to use this curl command, it should just give us a shortcode. You're right, so now if I redirected based on this code, I should be able to just, it'll bring me to Google, right? So if I go to curl L HTTP localhost /this code here. Okay, that's not right at all. It accidentally just gave me all the data on the page, so I guess that is a success, but it didn't actually redirect me. So. See, when I redirect, should the command open it on my browser or just return the console? Yeah, okay. That's what I want to actually test. So that it starts, it should just... I think it worked. Something opened up in the background. Oh yeah, I did here. Nice. Okay. Okay, we got it. We got it working. That's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna try it with something else. So I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna do one for YouTube now, I guess. And then B starts HTTP localhost 8080 / whatever this code is. Should open YouTube. Let's go. Successful. Alright, so that works. So what I'm going to try to do is shorten the exact same link again and see if it gives the same code, or because we have handling, so it should say that it's already handled, right? See, that's a problem. Okay, that's it. Don't make any changes. But I noticed that when I have the same, when I try to shorten the same link, it doesn't say it's already, or it doesn't return the code already stored in the map. Let me just see, if I check my service, actually before I do that, we should be able to find the reason for that. If this is the service, no, that's the repository. So let's say service, shorten, yeah, we don't like explicitly have it there. Save mapping of code to URL. If it exists already, return an error. Yeah, so we don't return an error. That's a problem. Is it not handled correctly in the service? Or is there another reason? In repository save, code already exists. The gap, neither the service or the repository checks if the URL already has been shortened. Your repository actually has find by URL, which does exactly what you need. It just isn't being called anywhere. The fix would belong in the service layer, since that's where business logic lives. Before joining a new code, you want to call find by URL first. If it's an existing code, return that instead of creating a new one, but you said no changes, so that's where you go. Alright, so if I check find by URL, right? So So it should be something like okay, find by URL takes a URL string, returns a string and an error if the code exists. Right, so we go code error is equal to, let's not put a find by URL. We say if error is not equal to null, we can return error. The existing code. Inputs. Else we return existing code, right? Existing code nil. Let's do it like this, maybe. Hopefully this is good code. Okay, it's unreachable for some reason. Go syntax, why are you so hard? Let's see. Alright, let's see if so say what would why do I have service open twice here? It's fine, I'll just move that here. So what would the check in short chain look like? And now since find by URL returns both string for code and error just in case. So what would that conditional look like? So instead of checking for the error, we're just checking if there is no error. Okay. It's basically what I was doing, except we don't actually explicitly handle the error. So we'll say if existing code error is equal to s.repo find by URL using our URL, it's called input here, we'll say if our error is equal to null or nil, then we do is return existing code and nil, right? Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So now I can cancel the server, start it up again. And now that we're starting it again, I want to make sure that that's actually doing what I want it to do, right? So yeah, I'm actually really enjoying Go right now. It's just that the syntax is a bit weird. I'm not used to it at all. So I have my trusty AI agent in Copilot helping me out. I'm trying not to rely on it too much. It's just small things like the syntax are different for me because I'm coming from like working on like Java and JS and stuff. So just like the layout of the code is weird, but I like it. I like it. Also, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Right, so I want to check if I try to shorten this, then I try to shorten it again. Yeah, okay, it gives me the exact same code back, which is perfect. That's what I was trying to make sure happened, because before it was just generating the exact same code over and over again. Yeah, me too. But what I've been trying to do is like, there's a difference between letting the agent like just go wild and write all the code for you, and then you have a specific question that you want to ask and then prompt it for that question, so then you can learn from it. That's what I've been trying to do. So I don't let the agent write code for me, at least right now, unless it's something that I know I could do, but I just want to speed it up. If I'm trying to learn, then I guess asking questions and then learning from them is way better, in my opinion, at least. What do you think about that? Like, I'm curious about what you do. So now if I try to redirect. Yeah, I think what's the most important is just finding a balance that works for you as well. So right now I'm building a URL shortener, just because it's a simple project that you can build in any language. So I just want to use it to try and get the handle of Go basics for backend. So like dealing with status codes, yeah, basically HTTP, parsing JSON, all of that kind of stuff. Just building models, services, and controllers, stuff like that. So I just want to get like the hang of the basics and also like the syntax as quick as I can. Yeah, just getting ready for work because I figured Go will be used a lot. So yeah, so now if I was to try and I've shortened the YouTube link, and if I just add this code here, so AG4 IG5M, it should just open YouTube, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think a URL shortener is like a better I won't say better project, but it's a more fun project to build than like the to-do apps and the weather apps and the basic projects that people build, because you can go fully back end. You don't have to worry about a front end as well. Yeah, so I can confirm this works. Yeah, it does redirect to YouTube. so it's fine. And you can also do it on different levels of complexity. So right now I just started with, you put in a URL, it shortens it, and you can redirect. But then you can take it further by adding. Yeah, backend is fun. Yeah, so like you can take it as far as you want. You can add like if you want to track metrics, how many clicks the links get, all that kind of stuff. So you can go as deep as you want, as opposed to there's only so far you can go with a to do app. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't mind front end as well. Um, it's just it's so different from back end that sometimes I kind of get frustrated because I prefer back end, but front end is fun, but not my favorite. Yeah, you definitely should. You should like it's a great project to build. I've done it before, um, and I've been building this just a couple of the last few days, and it's been fun. So yeah, it's a really cool, fun project. Yeah, I guess with CSS, just use Tailwind. Like, I don't know anyone that actually writes CSS. I know they're out there, but I've never met anyone who actually does. It's mostly just copied and pasted. Okay, what's next? Okay, let's see. Collision check. Yeah. Nah, don't like back end as well. You shouldn't be scared of it. It's better to just start small, maybe. Just do something like build a project that you're interested in, and just work from there. And what else is there to actually test? Um, because I've already done like, let's say, what if there's like, yeah, let me check for invalid links and stuff like that. Right, it's obviously not gonna do that. Yeah, short URL not found. That's fine. What about ones that I've run already? That should be a good test to see if they're still stored. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's perfect because this is in memory. Because the way I have it set up, I'm not using like a database because I couldn't be bothered setting it up. Wait, actually, let me update that command on Nightbot. It's not waitlisted anymore. Okay, that one's fine. Um, it's actually crazy that the viewers started to come in after, like, after I finished what I wanted to do. I should have planned more to do for today's stream, but that's fine. Yeah. Because I really didn't plan that much for the stream. It was just trying to, I guess, get started. Because I haven't streamed in months. Because I normally stream more often than this. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I remember a couple of months ago, I did like daily streams for, I think, 4 months in a row or something like that, and I got kind of burnt out because I was job hunting at the same time. But then I just decided to stop and then just focus on the job search. And now that I'm, I got the, or not officially got the job, but I'm in like team matching right now. So yeah, I have a lot of free time, so I'm trying to start streaming again. No, I'm already graduated. I just been like at home the last few months, just because the job market is crazy. Let's see. I guess what I could do now is the. Thank you, man. It was tough. Like, it was tough. The funniest part is I didn't even apply. The recruiter just kind of reached out while I was going through the motions. I was incredibly depressed because you applied to so many places. I think every actual interview that I got to the final round, and then they would always pick someone else. Like, and it was so awful. Because you start to wonder what you did wrong, and they're never able to give you feedback when you make it to the final round, because they were like, oh, you did fine, this, that, and whatever. But yeah, getting to the end and actually being told that I passed was great. It was great. Honestly, I think you should be fine. Like, before next year, because it's already getting better now. At least what I've seen, things are looking good. And as long as you have like good projects and like internships or something close to that, it should be easy enough. And like since you're a year away, you could start applying right now as well. I think that improves your chances by a lot. And then stuff like LinkedIn as well, just having good connections. I can actually give me a sec. If you have a LinkedIn account right now, I can send you mine in the chat, and then you can add me, and then if you think you're ready in a year or in a couple of months and I've started work already, yeah, that's perfect. Like that counts as like internship experience. You could just frame it that way in your resume as well. Yeah, so I'll send my LinkedIn there, and then you can like send me a connection request. And if you feel like you want to work at Google and I'm still working there, or if I'm working there, I can refer you to make the job search easier if you're still searching. Yeah, okay, here it is. There's the link, man. No worries, man. No worries. Let me see. Let me try and think of like one more thing I could do that'll take some time. I think what I was gonna do before was in the repository. I was going to put that there. I was going to use two maps instead, right? Let me just see if it's like a valid option to do. Let's see. Would it be better you to have a map of map URLs to codes along with the codes to URLs to improve search speed? Because I know in this function we're actually doing like a for loop. It's a linear search, which is kind of stupid considering we have maps. Example, in find by URL, we use linear search, which is done. It's really done. Because it scans every new entry, a reverse map would make it O1. The trade-off is more memory, more complexity. You have to keep both maps in sync, can't always save, and any future delete. Yeah, I think, yeah, just the lack of brackets for a lot of this is kind of crazy, especially coming from Java. But I did some programming in Rust for a couple of weeks, and I kind of got used to it then, but then stopped doing that, and now I'm back to this, so it's weird again. Yeah, it's well, I'll get used to it soon enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I got your request, man. Awesome. Okay. So instead of okay, let me try to do this in a smart way. Okay, so we're gonna change the name of this to code to URL, and then we're gonna look for everything called data. Change the name to code to URL. Let me see. Place word. Use a lot of C# and the lack of. Yeah, I think I'm used to the lack of the semicolon just from JavaScript and Python, but you know, every now and then I will just reflexively just type a semicolon because of Java. Yeah, but I think that it just comes with using a lot of languages. You know, sometimes you just get into a flow state and start, you know, defaulting to your most common language. Replace word in replace word vim command. In general word will change the whole word under the cursor. Comparison. Right, okay. So if I did this, I'm looking for the word data. I go CW. No, it's not that one. Just insert Control W. Perfect. Okay. So code to URL. Next CW code to URL. Um, so in terms of favorite projects, um, right now I'm building a time lapse editor. So like, if you're studying and you want to make like a time lapse of your studying, or you're doing something else and you want to make a time lapse of that, it's kind of like a back end front end combination project. I can pull up the project right now actually. Um, yeah, so this is a project I want to actually like turn into a. I want to host this and like sell it as like a desktop app. But it's been fun building it so far. I'm still in progress currently. Um, when it gets opened up, yeah. So this is what it looks like right now, at least. So obviously you can't see the camera because I'm streaming using the camera right now, so it's not gonna. Wait, let's just skip that. So it's not gonna be able to get the camera. But if I open a project that exists already on the app, I guess I can bypass that. Um, so basically, it'll allow you to use your camera. It's gonna take pictures of different frames, make a time lapse, and yeah, then after getting all of that, you can edit it, add timers, the date and time, custom text, a progress bar of the time lapse of what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I want to kind of like target it towards students when it's done, and then like you can scrub through the time lapse itself like that. Yeah, so it's been a really fun project to build so far, but only because I'd say it's my favorite only because it's like recency bias and stuff. I feel like every new project I start becomes my favorite project, so it's kind of hard to give an accurate assumption on that because I've built so many. But yeah, but this one's been really cool, especially because it's like a mix of back end and front end, and the front end has been as interesting as the back end on this one. Just trying to get everything to look the way I want it to look, and I'm still gonna change a lot as well. Because yeah, I try to avoid building like for the projects I want to build. I try to avoid building like really generic projects that I think that you could just one shot with AI, because especially if you want to put something on your resume, you don't really want something that anybody could build. You want something that you can talk about, and I guess right now like the core of the app is done. But what I would want to add is like obviously payments, stuff like that, and these settings are kind of basic as well. So I'd like to add stuff to that, and also it needs like a landing page where people can actually download the app from. Um, Either that, or if I wanted to go like the free route, I could just put it on GitHub and then use like what's it called? Uh, what's Stripe, so people can pay from the app to unlock the full app, which would be a smarter option in my mind. But some people don't know how to use GitHub, so having a site would be good as well. Um, and also, I guess I could add like a. Right now, the max length is 8 hours, but I could add like a. Damn, I forgot I was meant to turn that off. I could add like an endless option or something. Just very basic stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still got a lot of stuff to do before I get there. But yeah, I have a few ideas on how to do it. But like the most important thing for me now is just getting it to a stage where I can like ship it so people can start using it, and then I can go based off of what people actually want rather than what I think would be cool, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so commands. Did I use the wrong one? Oh, I did. That's my bad. Okay, there we go. Alright, okay. Back to this. Code already exists. Yeah, so the next thing would be to add the, I guess, URL to code. Should be a map of so it basically does the complete opposite, but it would have to have like some sort of mutex on it, right? So to keep the stuff synced together. So concurrent access, which in this, yeah, you do since each serve, yeah. So going forward, without a mutex, two simultaneous requests could cause a concurrent map write, which goes a fatal runtime error. Alright, so just add this at the top. Mutex sync dot write read write mutex. Cool. And do any methods here. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Any of the methods here need to change other than find by URL, maybe. Alright, so save needs to acquire a write lock, write to both maps. Okay, needs to swap the loop for the right reverse map, lookup plus a read lock. Okay. That is, Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Yeah, all the best with uni and stuff. um, and hope to chat to you again, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll see you, man. See. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be a lot more consistent. So maybe not this late in the day. I'll probably try stream earlier. Um, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you again for stopping by. Structural. So funk. Oh yeah, I remember this kind of stuff from college. Okay, so save. Where are you? So yeah, so the repo we're just gonna call the mutex. And this lock is a write lock, right? And then we defer unlocking until everything here is done. So r dot u dot unlock. So and save writes book maps. And then r dot URL to code URL equals code. Also check if the URL exists in reverse duplicate URL check could even move here from the service. Okay, so we're checking basically the exact same thing, right? So we're checking if exists r.url to code URL exists turn based on new URL already exists. So save all right now. Oh yeah, so here Find by URL still uses the old linear search. Yeah, I mean, I'm yet to change that. Just wait for a second, man. Only needs a read lock added. The logic itself doesn't change. Yeah. Alright, so r dot mu dot readlock, and then defer r dot mu dot rlock dot runlock, and then that's fine. So what else was the find by code? Same thing. So r dot mu dot rlock for done. I haven't implemented this, that can wait, so I've changed these are fine. Yeah, so now that I've done this, am I okay to move on to removing the find? Check. Or removing this service class, duplicate, check. Not class, but service file. So I feel like here, here's the service. Here I already check if we have an existing URL, right? Or I don't. You're actually already done. You had it found by URL. And since save in the repository method also checks for duplicate URLs, you have 2 layers of protection. Okay, cool. Yeah, forget that. Added a reverse mapping to speed up. Find by URL, so URL search and map. I think that should be good. So just push that. Yeah. So I think that's as far as I'm gonna go for the stream today. Anyone that stopped by, thank you for watching. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I know I say that all the time, and the last time I did stream was I said that in May of last year. No, November of last year. It's crazy. So I haven't streamed in 4 months. And I said I was going to be consistent, but I will try my best now. I have a lot more free time, so all I have to do is turn the stream on. I'm going to give it my best. And also I'll be making YouTube videos, I guess. Once I start work, I can put Google software engineer in the title to get views. So look forward to that. I'll see you guys in the next stream.